Hey y'all, good morning to you. How do you do? Did you sleep good last night? Was your body snug or tight? Did you rest like you should? Does your body feel good? Good morning. Good morning to you. I have lost my glasses. I'm trying to see if these are them. I think I found them. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, y'all. Good morning. I thought about something. I couldn't find my glasses. Me and Eddie over here at the storage. We got stuff we got to get out of here. I'm tired of paying for stuff that I done paid for. Look what I found. Why are you going through my clothes? Hey, y'all. Come on in here. So I got this lady keep on playing with me, put my videos up on YouTube. She put both my videos up from yesterday. But I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her real good. And I know who she is. Y'all, and I got some mail. I got something from Deborah Gordon. From Littlefield, Texas. From Shelbyville, Texas, Mother Linda Carter. Mother Deborah Dunbar from Baton Rouge. And Awana Crockett from Ashburn, Georgia. I've got a shirt that's going to Good Goobly Goo. I'm giving this to Bridget Stevens, and it will be going to California. And in Bible study, I gifted two ladies. One was an extra large. You'll be getting a Good Goobly Goo shirt. And the other one was a 2X. I'm over here getting your shirts now. You'll be getting a Good Goobly Goo. Okay? Because they were in Bible study and they answered some questions. These are the Mama's Comfort Cooking shirts. I am Mama's Comfort Cooking. I do not have a YouTube in Tracy K. Mitchell. That is a fraud. Somebody using my videos, copyright. And I'm working on getting that whole page took down. So this is to YouTube. Someone is impersonating me and using my videos and has created a whole nother page. And we're going to get down to the point that people will not work for nothing and think God going to take your stuff and bless them. Come on. That's the same thing. People think you can mess with people's husbands and God bless your relationship when he become your man. Baby, he just going to be your man. You ain't going to keep messing with other people's stuff. Or that you was a person that messed with everybody, man, and you don't want nobody to mess with your man. Now you got a man. Now you make it make sense. You can't sit around here, steal my cookies, and run your church off of my cookies. You can't do that. He is doing good. We are over here. I took him to get a haircut. I'm going to see if he can do it. He's going to try to drive home from this point. It's just up the street. And the girls are getting their hair braided. Y'all, I done come to realization I don't think I can eat all kinds of pork no more. I don't think my body likes it no more. Anytime I eat pork, it messes with me really, really bad. Probably eating a little dairy didn't make it any better, because I don't fool with dairy that much. But when I tell you I had hot flashes like crazy after I ate that grilled pork chop. When I tell you I was up all night and got up at 4 this morning, I was up. Hey, James Rakin. Hey, GP Conley. I'm feeling better. I had been ripping and running. I didn't get your message. Here you go. Tell him hey, babe.
Hey, y'all.
Don't he look better? Look at him. Good geisha. Look at him. Look at him. Good geisha. Hey, Nikisha Sales. Good geisha. Look at him. Trying to be a big boy and drive. He ain't forgot, y'all. Look at him. How you feel, babe? How you feel? If you want to know how he feels good. Can't you see? He feels good all over. Rosemary Turner said, "Look, you looking younger. You looking younger. How you feel? How you feel, babe? Don't drive fast. I just drive. You good? He feel better. Can you slow up for a minute? Let me hook my seatbelt. Hold on 1 second. What that was the question? I had 2 people. I already know who the 2 people are that emailed me. Hold on 1 second. Alfreda said, handsome, your sister. We were just down your way. I'm just trying to put my seatbelt on. I can't read my comment. He is. He doing good, y'all. You have to start back moving. You have to start back. I told him we ought to stop by your house, Alfreda. He didn't want to.
Freedom's still asleep.
They said it looked like you done lost some weight. You know everything predicate. You might well. You know these people. Thank y'all. He ain't focused on it, but thank you. He focused on healing. So, you know, if you done had a major surgery, you gonna lose some weight. Janice Martin on him. Oh, Janice, you in the doghouse so bad. I don't even want to say your name. Janice, I don't even want to say your name in front of him. Don't say it, Eddie. Janice, I can't say your name.
You just said it.
Oh, I can't say Janice. I can't spell it either. I can't say your name, Kentucky. Cause you ain't called or nothing.
She was the first family.
Janice, you was the first person to ever come to my house and spend time with us. What you say, Eddie? She was the what?
First family.
And she did what to you?
She just deserted me. She done left me.
She left you, yeah.
Don't want to talk to me.
That's it.
Don't want to see me.
That's it.
Just threw me out to the dog.
Yes, she did. Now, you did that, Janice.
But I welcome her back.
You'll take her back again?
Yep.
I don't know. She don't even call no more.
I'll take her back.
She don't even look. She be in them streets on YouTube. Just more, why you didn't tell me somebody done stole all my videos and put them on YouTube? They better enjoy them little $2.99 commercials because they finna come on. Oh, we believe the report of the Lord. We already know that his report said we healed. His report said we filled. His report says we're free and we got victory. So, I just wanted to. Yeah, she do look like her dad. Okay, Rosemary Turner, why you get jealous? I just had to come on and speak to y'all on today because Avery and Anaya getting their hair braided, getting ready for school. Anaya should be going home this weekend, and I gotta take them to Calhoun.
Did you get that coffee and stuff?
I forgot to get it. And so I gotta take them to Calhoun and get some shoes.
Start back on my shakes.
You ready to start back on your shakes? He trying. He go back. We go every week to the doctor. We go in the morning. So he told me, he said, I can drive myself to the doctor. So I'm just checking him out to see that he can drive himself to the doctor. So he gonna probably still want me to go. Have y'all noticed? I just want to say this to you all, and I want to say this with so much respect. I want to say I love you, because R.I.P. we are seeing it more than I love you. And I just want to tell you I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Yes, I need to go over to Calhoun Outlet. Have you been to the Adidas store in Calhoun yet? Is it in the outlet mall? If it's in the outlet, I've been over there. If it's at the outlet mall. Hey, Jacinta, y'all real cold in Africa right now while you're going through your winter? Why is your title so hood? What it do so gangster? Because this is a gangster topic, Kelvin. What it do, y'all? It's so gangster, Kelvin, because you got to take what's yours back with a vengeance and force. That's why I call what it do. When somebody sit around here, Kel, and they want to take your animals and say they got a farm. People want to take my videos, my work, and have commercials and make money off of my name, my heart, sweat, and tears. So many times you got to work even harder to get recognized to do the same job that somebody else can get a simple pat on the back for doing. You got to think twice as hard, work twice as hard, move twice as hard, be even smarter, be even more grateful for the simple thing that in this life, everybody wasn't painted a fair picture. So what it do?
What is she doing? That's what I want to know. What
She's talking about mind your business, flatback.
I mean, what she do? I mean, she supposed to be working.
So I had to come and tell y'all that it don't work like that. You can't get nobody husband and then thank God gonna bless your marriage. You can't steal Tracy videos and think you gonna be blessed with them. You can't be a person that always messed up other people's marriages and think yours ain't gonna go through nothing. Yeah, it is. You're gonna reap just what you sow, and what you plant is bound to grow. What it do? Let me tell you what it does. Anytime you let the enemy get into your mind, what it do and what it does is hold you back. You could have had $100,000 a year that you could have made $1 million a year, but what it do, it got in your head. It got in your mind. And it slowed up your will. And it slowed up your ability. It slowed up the thought process. It slowed up the fact that yes, you can. You can do anything if you try. You know, sometimes we get with people and they so negative, and that negativity can get in your head. It can rest. It can mess your day up. It can ruin your day. You sit around here and let people constantly tell you why things ain't gonna work for you because they didn't work for them. Yes, it can. You ain't the same person. Good. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that's fine. You good? Okay. Can y'all see me pretty good? I'm going to tell you, somebody can come up with an idea and it don't work for them. And you come up with the same idea and it's working for you. And they'll have the nerve to tell you, it ain't going to last long. It ain't going to work. Yes, it is working for me because these are the plans that God had toward my life. What did you say? Yes. Yes, yes, yeah. It may not work. I went and got a haircut, but I had him give me a rag while I was there to wipe my hair out. So I went and got it buzzed. But it will work for you. It may not work for them. And then your hard work, don't give up on what you've already planted. You've planted seeds, and the seeds got to grow. But if you don't get up and do something about it, I don't care if only 20 people buy your shirts. Go make your shirts. I don't care if 10 people and nobody you know from your hometown buy a cake from you. I don't care if none of them buy a glass or anything. You do what you want to do. Pray about it. Put it in the atmosphere. And God can lay his hands on it. And you don't need nobody in your family, your neighborhood. God will send you help. He'll send you people to receive you in what you're doing. He'll make man bless you. We got to quit looking for people to accept us. You get no honor and glory in your own hometown, amongst your own people. But God will send people. I am a living witness. When I look around and see just how good and kind y'all were even toward my husband's surgery, getting groceries and doing that and sending me stuff and blessing my hand. When I tell you blessings come in unique fashions, when I tell you that God was so merciful and good, I tell you baking and blessing, and now I got a brand new mixer to keep what? Baking, selling, and blessing. Some of you all can't receive a blessing because you think everybody moves at money. Well, you got to plant seeds just like you got to make money. If I was selling my cakes, I would be booked up into 2026 probably. But if God intended for me to be an online bakery, he would have to send the help. Ain't nothing too hard for God. I just like to know whatever I send is received and it tastes just as good as I say. Sometimes it's out of my hand how your postal services handle things. When I bake, it helps with anxiety and stress. But if I have to be forced to bake because of money, then it takes the fun out of it and it makes me feel like it's work. A lot of people were taken from me. It's a glitch that was going on, but I don't care how many I end up with, at least I got some. So, to God be the glory for the things that he has done. I had to come by and speak to you all, Mother Joyce Anderson Journey. When I look around and everything is so temporary, have y'all noticed we do more RIPs on our Facebook pages than we do I love yous? Have y'all noticed that? More funerals than family reunions. More, my heartfelt condolences, then congratulations. Now you got a lady in her kitchen. And when you get through shooting a lady in the eye, you say, that bee was crazy. A woman, an elderly woman, and you call her bee. You better get out there and vote, because your ancestors died for it. I just seen where they got this young lady. They just found her body from Macon, Georgia, after being missing from October of last year. So we're going to see how that fare out. It was a young black girl that was supposed to be headed from one spot to another that never showed up to her destination. I don't know if y'all have seen the videos of what took place with that young woman, but I know God intended for it to manifest itself, because this happened last month sometime, and the evidence and the truth is just being revealed. So I believe that all things do work together. And I had to get off live yesterday because I said, don't wake up what God put to sleep. Because I was really ready to go in. I really was about to speak my pure mind, as my grandma say. Child, speak your pure mind. I was about to speak my pure mind on him. I was about to let it rip. I was about to walk you down a street called Straight, and I didn't care who feet would have got crushed in my way. There needs to be a sweeping through our judicial system. Judges, policemen, and everybody. There need to be a sweeping. They also need to have testing done on them, mental evaluations done on a regular basis. How do they handle different things they should go through while being in police influence? Because see, right now we've changed KKK uniforms, and now they put on other uniforms. That's people in hate groups. And then for you to go out and didn't value what you did to her, you are a threat and a danger. Because afterwards, on the next video, when the police and everything came, you said that bee was crazy. And people think they can get away with stuff because what we are allowing in our judicial system, them scales are so tilted, unbalanced the wrong way. And when leaders get away with doing stuff in high positions, that's why the Bible told you that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. Where was the places at? High places. The upper management. The high places. Spiritual wickedness in rulership. And she didn't do nothing. Both of her hands was in the air. She had a little red hand towel and a mitten in her hand. And he clocked her like he was playing a video game. It made me wonder, was his man Fortnite? Because he act like he played a video game when he shot that lady in her eye. He aimed not to injure her, or anything. He shot that lady in her eye like he was playing a video game. It makes me wonder. I remember seeing this TikTok where the little boy wanted a gun. Because he said he wanted to go play real Fortnite. He didn't want to play the video game no more. He wanted to find his people and take care of them. Some people lock themselves up days at a time playing these video games with all this violence and stuff. And then they get out here and they can't separate from reality. "45 has the nerve to want full immunity for this police officer. I would never vote for 45. He's a racist. For you to want full immunity for a man that killed an elderly lady, cold blood, what is your reason? You can't be a true leader because you only want to lead one side. That's why you keep saying make America great again. You asking for this police officer not to do no time. What y'all keep doing is trying to wake up what God put asleep. This time, the table's going to turn. Ain't nobody going to sit around and let you beat them with no whip. Ain't nobody going to sit around and let you spit in their faces. It's going to be a bloodbath because this time, people ain't scared no more. And it's sad when you gonna war within your own country, which is gonna divide it, which is gonna tear it up, which is gonna make it like a third world country, which is gonna end up causing us to lose the comfort that we are used to and what we are accustomed to. You actually had the nerve. The policeman that shot the young lady in the head and killed her has worked for 6 different police jobs in other states for 4 years. Slipped through the cracks. My God, from Zion. Ain't nobody gonna take it. And especially not the new generation. But for you to want immunity for this man, you are not our president. And I'm gonna say that as long as you got this paint, you're gonna be a pawn. You can say you stand with them, but you're going to be a black Republican. You would not just be a Republican. Anytime you got this paint, they're going to add your color. Oh, there's a black Republican. They got some man looking just like Uncle Tom dancing on one of these videos and got on his blue and red blue suit with a red tie and all that and Trump. Child, you going to always forever be who you are. And this, they don't judge the heart, but this is going to make you be a blacks for Republicans. If American for Republican, America for Republican. They shouldn't be black. But it's not going to be easy. And to sit around and know that this was an elderly lady and you want, why would you want immunity for a police officer that did not use any, and it wasn't somebody on the outside that found out what he did. His own people reported him, arrested him, because they saw the injustice that he did to that lady in her kitchen, pouring some hot water down her sink. Look how far away she was. Thank you for the star. Look how far away she was from that man. She did no harm. She did nothing to leap toward him. She did nothing to bother this person. She was that far away from him. His body cam told on him. He's such a dummy and used to getting away to everything that he didn't even turn off his own body cam. He almost got away. And you think you're going to line up. They never talk about really what we're dealing with. They get around it. And when they get, how you gonna blame somebody else for a wall you built? All that money you wasted on a wall that was no good. Who built the wall? You can take a whole group of people from the continent of Africa, turn them into slaves, treat them any kind of way, do all these things to them and their wives, belittle them, separate them from their families, and then have the nerve to say, where are the black fathers in the family? Well, you tell us where we at. We ain't even got our real last name. You separated us. But you can't get the mafia out of America, but you could shut down the Black Panther Party. You can't get the KKK out of America. You can't stop drugs from coming in America, and you can't stop foreigners from coming. Yes, you can. It's all a game. It's all a game. The only race you want to keep dominant and dog down and dumb it down is the people of color, black people. That's it. It's the only race. You let a dog lick you, kiss you in your mouth and everything before you let us eat off some of your silverware. And I'm talking about the people that think like he thinks. You ain't caring about middle class and these people out here struggling. Every time he runs, for 4 years now, we done had some peace. Ain't nobody bothering nobody. Soon as he come back on the scene, all this hate starts again. Every time this man comes back into the arena, then all this bitterness and this hate starts. I'm trying to tell you. Everybody be at peace with each other. Everybody be getting along. Soon as he show up, it starts back. What it do? Well, what it do is the spirit I'm talking about, it divides. It tears down. It conquers and destroys families. That's what it does. You notice I said what it do. What it do. Because it ain't a person. We ain't wrestling against no flesh and blood. That's what it do. We work hard. We pay bills. We do this. We do that. We abide by the law. And it ain't happy. It said, let's make America great again. I want to know when was it great. Anybody can tell me when America was great. Because if you think, my God from Zion, we got hit with something with 9/11. It wasn't great then. And all them people losing their loved ones and their family. When was it great? When we were oppressed? When we were oppressed people? And if you think you can oppress us, when we went through oppression and depression and the enemy still couldn't get us, we still knew where our help came from. We caught up. We couldn't read. You wouldn't let us write. You dumbed us down and we caught up. Doctors and lawyers and educators and teachers and professors and scientists. And we caught up. Figuring out numbers and running NASA. And we caught up. You cannot kill what God has built. You can't. And you don't need to wake up what God put to sleep. We don't even know who Christopher Columbus is. He ain't discovered nothing that was already him. Baby, please. That was a lie. Mash that button and say, that was a lie. All the stuff that's been covered up finna get uncovered. And it's gonna be so ugly. And if we don't get people in to see everybody's view and not one-sided, then we in trouble. We need a person to see everybody's side of it. Everybody's side. If you don't, you can forget it. Let me tell you something what I know. If you don't like me, you're going to try to do away with these LGBTQ community as well. You're going to try to do away with anything that gives anybody opportunity to get on their feet. You already done removed affordable housing. You already think, now well, here's the thing about that. It used to be a time you had more black people in projects than anybody. Depending on where you live. We ain't the #1 people in them no more. And even no matter what, here's the thing. This ain't got nothing to do with this. No matter what color you are, affordable housing was to help people that could not afford regular rent. If you for middle class and poor people, why would you take the affordable housing away? We need to keep middle class in the United States, because without middle class, you just have rich and poor. Rich and high places. Spiritual wickedness in high places. And poor. See, this is the thing. Ain't nobody gonna talk to nobody. I'm just gonna delete your comment and try not to come back. I'm just gonna suspend you. But here's the thing. We have to come to realization. Except the Lord do it. It's right in your face. They ain't even trying to cover it up no more. They ain't trying to sugarcoat it. They ain't talking about nothing that's at hand. But they treating like if don't. Let me ask you a question. After this 4 years, what you gonna do? He can't keep staying in office. Now that's right in your face. And you done said if they teach anything before 1877 or something like that, you're going to take money from the schools. Why would you do that? Why would you not want us to learn true history to the point you say you're not going to fund it? Why are you forcing Christianity to be taught in schools? You can't force it. God don't force himself. You trying to treat us like that movie Handmaid's Tale y'all won't go watch. If any of y'all, if everybody go watch Handmaid's Tale, we would be sticking together and quit talking about political parties. They all one. They're all one. He got no plans but to repay people who he owe money. That's it. I don't understand how he divided it, Patricia. I ain't never learned my true history. So I know you ain't telling the truth. I have even ever seen, you ain't seen Handmaid's Tale. I keep telling y'all to watch the Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. I keep telling y'all to watch it. Y'all will understand what we're about to enter into. You won't have the freedom to worship who you want to. You won't have the freedom to pray like you want to. We won't have the freedom. Let me go ahead and take her out before y'all get to arguing with her, because what she say ain't true. We just gonna delete her comment and keep moving. We won't have the freedom. You need to watch it. When you get to watching it, it's going to make a lot of sense what they doing. It's made, M-A-I-D, Handmaid's Tale. I just know it comes on Hulu. I don't know what other things you can find it on, but I've been telling y'all for months and months and months to watch Handmaid's Tale. I started telling y'all about it last year. I sure did. You won't even be able to choose what religion you want to believe in, and you won't be able to live your life according to how you want to, and we'll be back serving people that's got money. You'll have diplomats and different ones. Even some people with professions will lose their professions and end up being handmaid tales and stuff for the rich. You won't have the comfortability of owning your land no more. It's going to end up being in a form of rental. You won't be able to, the land will go back and belong to the government. All right? You would just be basically using it until you leave this world. It will not transfer in title. Not in title of ownership. And God showed me that. But they're going to say, oh, you don't want to pay taxes. Cool, y'all don't have to pay taxes no more. So what we're going to do in lieu of taxes, you just live on the land up until the time that you go. And then it goes back into government. And that'll take your ownership rights away. Now, some of us may not live here to see it. We may not live because it's the generation after generation. It's grandkids. It's the grandchildren and the great grands that's going to have to endure injustice. It's the next generation and the next generation. And we'll be talking about, oh, we remember when we could do this and we could do that. And we used to go here. And you could do this and you could do that. That's why you're getting year-round school. Oh, I remember when we had the opportunity. I remember that's just like the beach that I had, that we had the Mama's Comfort Cooking event. That event, I used that beach because that's the only beach in the whole state of Georgia, all the way around, that black people could go to. You watch Handmaid's Tale, it'll get to you, but it's worth watching. Don't stop watching it because you can't take it. That's when it's the best part, when the fire kicking in. Don't stop watching nothing because you can't handle the truth. Watch it. It needs to shake up. You need to get shook up. Shook up, shook out, shook up, whatever. It's gonna get to a crossroads, and then before long, you're gonna realize, just like it was when I was growing up, we used to have poor people in our neighborhood. Poor people stay together. It don't matter. And you're right. Next thing you know, we women will be back barefoot, pregnant, and no rights. Well, they sure won't be back anytime soon, Yvette Grisham, according to the word of God. He's coming. He's getting closer. But we in the beginning of sorrow. That's what y'all don't understand. The end ain't now, because if the end was here, he'd already be done took his people out of here. Okay? So we before the rapture and all of that, I mean, before the mark of the beast and all that, he gonna get his people out of here. According to what I read. But the hard part is the beginning of sorrow, where you gonna look back and tell your kids you remember when you could own land, and you remember when women had rights and women could do this and do that, and the more and more stuff gets removed, it's gonna be the beginning of sorrow. And then you dealing with wars and rumors of wars. All these things are going to manifest itself first. And so remember, we talked about how there was a large number. John saw 144,000 from the tribes. But then after that, he saw a number that was unmeasurable that made it through the tribulation. So that's why so many people, yeah, that's the same thing. We knew last year, we was already told that they had formed a group called BRICS, which was trying to cause us to lose more value in our money. And that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But yet, we don't realize how we losing. We can't have retail stores right now because you all are ordering from Temu and you're ordering from Shein and you're on TikTok. And they've already told you they cannot protect your identity or anything using these apps because they're ran out of China. They're ran out of Asia. So therefore, we look for anything we can save some moolah, and we order from these companies. I don't. And I know because I'm a wholesale person. I ran a furniture business. And if you could go in and buy the same place I buy, it's no use in me selling you the furniture because I don't have a markup. Anybody with a retail company needs a markup. And you say you're such a great American, but the truth of the matter is, our government, and we learned this in U.S. history, you cannot monopolize nothing in the United States. They gonna make sure they get some money from somebody. You remember when yeah, you fine. You gonna go in the house. I didn't know that's open at.
Yeah. Turn it off, don't work.
I didn't know that. I remember when. Can I get a picture with you real quick?
Open and close.
Okay, I didn't have my glasses on. Here we go. Cheese.
Cheese, Tracy. All right. Gotta get my stuff out of the car.
Remember when we got into war with we helped Ukraine? As soon as we helped Ukraine, do you know we don't have Europe on Facebook no more? You can take it off and let my window down. I'm on good red. I got my key.
You got your keys in your purse?
I think so. I do. I brought them with me.
You gave them to me. I left them in my house.
You put them back in the basket? Oh, you supposed to bring them back out. I don't know how long it'll be. But as soon as we got in that war, I'm finna hook me a stand up. As soon as we got in that war with help Ukraine, they took Europe. Europe don't have Facebook. Because you went over there to help. And that was a no-no. They're going to use all the aunties and all the little things that evangelical Christians do to make you think this is the doing of the Lord. It ain't. You ain't finna tell me nothing about no abortion and you done paid for them. Get away from me. You ain't finna tell me what to do with my body. That's between me and God. And He knows at the end of the day, He has given us a freedom of decision. I don't need you to make no decisions for me. He has already done that. I had to get off of here yesterday because I was going to go in. I was going in because people will test your own folks. And when your own folks start talking stupid, I go in. We got too many intellectual people. Too many to keep playing okie doke. Too many to keep sitting around here letting people play us. But until we come together and quit listening to what people tell us and try to use the Bible when it's beneficial. See, this is why I can't deal with folk. And this is why I may have to stay off of him. Because you use that Bible in slavery. And you used it the wrong way. You ain't finna use it today. You better obey your rulers. You better do what they tell you. You're going to hell, Tracy, and you don't know where you going. See, what you're going to do is leave Tracy alone. Because you want Tracy just to be a cook. But I want to go to heaven. And I want to love people for real. And when we get people, I don't care. I ain't going to tell you what I'd do if it was another person. Because I vote according to the spirit. I vote according to what I see a person really want to do. But what I tell you this much, dividing us ain't going to work. I love my brothers and sisters of Christ in every form, fashion, and color. I love them.
I guess I did bring your keys.
I have to find them then. And when we argue and fight and fuss, then that's somebody's with us. What it do is it is dividing. You're supposed to love people. And it ain't based on no party. You get mad at somebody and you done with them because they gonna vote different than you. You didn't love me. I don't care what you say. You didn't love me because I want to vote different than you. You don't love me now? Now all of a sudden I ain't gonna watch you. I used to like your show. No, you didn't. You didn't like my show. Ain't no way you like my show. Because you mad at me because I got a different view. How you used to like my show just because I spoke how I feel on something. But you can put your flags in the yard and you got your opinion. You should have just let this be a cooking show. No, I didn't have to. I don't have to let this be no cooking show only. I have a say so. Cooking ain't my this ain't my career. I ain't no cook. I ain't no chef. I can cook. I can bake. But I didn't go to school for culinary. You ain't even asked me what I went to school for. I ain't go to school to please you and make you happy. Knowledge is free. Get you a book and read it. Study to show yourself approved. I'm not going to cook up my whole check. Nope. I ain't got to. You don't retire with honors. no matter where you work, you just retire. You don't retire with honors. You just retire. I'm not going to be dumb it down. You're not going to make me be ignorant. You can't take my voice away. You said I had a freedom of speech. But I notice on here, it's only certain things you can and cannot talk about. But I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it now. What it does. You don't see nobody attached to that. You don't have to have a physical body. It's a it. Let me break that down for you all that are understanding. It comes to divide. It comes to conquer. It comes to destroy. You don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. It's a it. It's a spirit. And some spirits don't need nobody, baby. That's why some places you go and some houses you stay in, you get an eerie feeling. It feel funny. It's what's been going on in that house you about to move into. You need to get a preacher to go through there and pray and walk through with some anointing oil and pray through that house. That's why you can't take stuff from everybody. And that's why you can't go everywhere. That's why you can't be connected to everything, because it's a it out there. You keep thinking that a spirit, well, gossip don't have a body unless you open your mouth and share your body. But gossip is out there and gossip is real. It's a it. And it said it was in high places. It said not low places, not something that's just right there, but it's got power connected to it. It's got dominion connected to it. Dominion and power. So he said you ain't wrestling against no flesh and no blood. Don't look at the individual. That's why I said the individual did not deserve to be assassinated, period. But you wrestling against flesh, and you're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness. And where is it located? The spiritual wickedness is located in high places. This ain't based on none of this. All right. This is something you can't see. This is something that is coming against the children of God. And it says that we, the elect, would be deceived if it was possible. So if it were possible, if you are an elect, it would not deceive you. But if it deceives you, then you're not of the elect. No matter what color you are, God is love. Love covers a multitude of things, of sins, of faults. Your main ingredient is just like salt. It's love. If the salt loses its savor, it ain't no good. You can say what you want to. You can use all the powders you want to. But if that food ain't got some salt to balance all that powder, your stuff can start to taste too gummy, too powdery. Ain't no flavor. The salt brings the flavor out, right? And so even in a cake, you can get it either by putting a little salt in the cake or using salted butter. But even that cake got some salt. The majority of things, even when it says low in sodium or no sodium, they're going to use something to preserve that seasoning so that it will have a life on the shelf, right? So in spite of what they took out, they may have took out MSG, but they add other things. So you got to understand, we not even down to things that are man-made. Everything got a seed. A seedless watermelon got a seed. Baby, you see them in there. We are the salt. We are the city that sit on the hill. So when I tell you days of darkness are approaching, when I tell you that the light is getting dim, and unless you are in the hands of the Creator, and unless your soul is really anchored, people of every race, in every generation, every sex, creed, origin, and nationality, originality, and everything else, we gonna suffer at those in high places. Do not care what you say to me. it's in high places. It didn't say it was right here on my level. Baby, I can't do nothing. High places. Not nobody driving no Buick. No, not nobody living in a simple ranch style home. Not nobody making 100 and something, 200 G's a year. High places. In high place. 'Cause baby, $100,000 a year now. That ain't no money. That ain't no money. Because of the cost of living and inflation. It just ain't no money no more. Not when you can't even rob Peter no more to pay Paul, because Peter ain't got it. That's what they used to say, honey, I robbed Peter to pay Paul. Peter ain't got it. I don't know how many people I got on him. But when you go to a grocery store and you don't buy no meat and you still spend $200, let me tell you, you better pray to God you got a grandmama that's sitting at home in one of them old houses that can keep your kids. So you're going to be working just for daycare. And then when you got daycare and you putting this on women and we can't make a choice, that means it's going to be more babies that ain't going to be wanted out here in this world. Because you won't let a woman make a decision about her own body. And you going to use the Bible. Make up y'all mind. 1 minute y'all say America is you free to believe the way you want to believe. Then the next thing is you out here voting using a Bible belt and talking about abortions. Can you make up your mind? Can you make a decision to run one way or the other? Stormy Daniels said you didn't have one because you paid for her to have enough of them. You can't rob Peter to pay Paul because Peter ain't got it. And some people working every day just to pay daycare. You setting us up to have control for us to depend on you all rationing out food stamps and vouchers. And you say you want us to get on our feet and be independent. You say we don't need all these different checks, but you still offering them. And the people still getting loans that you know ain't going to pay back. All that pandemic money. You still making people lazy. I went to Popeyes the other day. Day before yesterday, I went to Popeyes. It was storming, and I was getting ready to place my order, and the lady said, can you hold on a moment? I held on, and I said, hello, after about a good 5 or so minutes. She said, I'm sorry, I'm the only one here. I'm working the front and the back. When she finally took my order, she said, baby, I can't give you apple pie because our truck ain't got him. I said, where are all your workers? And she said, we ain't got none. Everybody done quit. She said, I'm working. The front is 3 people here. It's me. I'm on the headphones. I'm working the back. I'm helping to cook. And it's another guy up front taking orders with the people that's coming in. We got 3 people running this whole restaurant. And we don't close until 10 o'clock tonight. It's already started. It's already starting. Extra food stamps. All of this stuff is starting to what? Keep us in what? A poverty state of mind. Where you rationing out again to us what you want us to have versus what we really are owed. So, I know that you would deceive us, elect people, if it was possible. On my side, it ain't possible. Because what I see and what has been shown to me, you got any little land, you own anything, you better not sell it. You better keep it. Because then you're going to regret that you ain't got nothing for your family to come together with. Don't be so quick to sell grandmama house. Mama house paid for. Baby, you better take your butt back on home to mama's and help mama keep that home. Honey, if you got any homes paid for, you better keep it. This day and age, you a rich person if you don't own a car. And you don't have to worry about car insurance. Baby, call Lyft to take you where you got to go and bring you back home. You just cut a big bill. You cut a big old insurance policy. They going up on us 2-3 times a year. You just saved yourself car insurance, tags, and all that other stuff. Honey, eliminate the process of elimination of what you really need and what you don't need. If I was an older person, I'd tell my kids, come get my cars and everything. I'm taking them out my name. You can buy them. I'll get where I need to go when I need to go. If I'm going to be in the house all week long, I don't need a car sitting in the yard. I don't need to have to look around. Every 3 months, I pay $1,400 almost for a car insurance. Sometimes it's a blessing not having to wait. This month alone, I got to pay $2,700 for the insurance on my home. And whether you have a wreck, whether you get a ticket, your insurance is still going up. If you don't have whole life and you young, please get you whole life and don't fool with no term insurance. Yeah, they push the pitch you can get more, but it's term. In other words, ain't no money value in it. If you outlive your term, which is typically 20 years, by the time you get the next set, it's going to go up because they really don't do term but 20 years at a time. Ain't no value in it. And they can cancel your insurance at any given time. You can't even go at 50-something years old and ask them, can you add the insurance in case something happens to me? Because I just bought this house and I'm in my 50s, that it'll be paid for. They ain't going to give it to you. Honey, you too close to that expiration date. You too close. They don't want to give it to you in your 50s, 60s, and 70s. They don't even offer it to you. Oh, but you sit around that table when you 20 and 30-something years old, your insurance company going to tell you, well, do you want the insurance policy in case something happens to you? Because they know you got a 30-year. It'll be paid for your children. Well, if your kids can't afford the taxes on it, if your kids can't afford the insurance on it, something go wrong, if it gets struck by lightning, you got to have your stuff together. That's what it do. Y'all don't want to hear nothing but mess nowadays. That's why I rent, because we can't take nothing. That's not a good reason to rent Valencia Mason, but and our kids do something different when we pass away. That's not a good reason to rent, but okay, because at the end of the day, you want to leave your children something, and you can't leave them rent. And especially if they can't, they're going to have 30 days to get all your stuff out of that rental property. I believe in ownership. I believe in it. It's just how you get it. And everything don't have to be 30-year fixed. You can do 15 years, 20 years. You'll pay a little bit more, but you'll be glad. I mean, you go buy a car almost the price of your house. These cars are ranging from 40-something thousand up to $100-something thousand. And Maybachs are 500 and up. You financing them for 7 and 10 years, you can do a house the same way. That's all I can tell y'all. I believe in ownership now, home ownership, and I don't believe, you do what you got to do. I ain't knocking nobody that's got a rent now. I ain't said that, so don't say I said it. What you think about being penalized for being debt-free? Credit score drops down. You have to have revolving credit. That's just the way everything is set up. You got to have some form of credit reporting. Yes, ma'am, I found another way, because keep a book with cash. You will fill up one book. You have a total of 5,000. We got to be smart for ourselves, not smart for society. I'm not going to challenge you what you do, Valencia. But that doesn't make any sense to me. Because, first of all, the books don't have any interest. You have to be able to invest somewhere to make more money for the money that you got. It won't hold any more value than what you put in the book. You know the story in the Bible about the man that buried his talents. But to each is to own, and I don't want to get in no political back and forth with what you choose to do with your money. It's not worth it. We pay extra payments on our mortgage, paid it off early. That's right, pay on your principal. But it don't always have to be a 30-year fix. And that's what they offer you first. You need to open your mouth and be wise and say, I don't want 30 years. What's the difference in my payment if I knock off and do a 15-year or 20? I don't want it. They're going to say an extra $150 more a month. You mean to tell me for extra $150 more, you're going to add 10 more years to your mortgage? The interest alone. For the first 5 to 6 years, you ain't paying nothing but interest on your home. Your principal ain't even touched. You have to ask, I don't know what to say. I just have to be quiet. That's what I'm saying. You have to learn to be smart for yourself, because what you're saying, all that extra mortgage, extra payment, insurance, don't make any sense to me either. Valencia, do what you want to do, baby. You just said your kids. I thought you was talking about wanting to leave something for your kids. If it don't make no sense, then your life is working for you. All right? So you and I are done talking about that, because you're not going to convince me renting is the best way if you can afford to purchase something to leave to your children. But to each his own. Everybody view their kids different, and they treat their kids different. We are going through that with my deceased husband's parents. There was a will, because it wasn't updated with specifics. Everything would be split between all the children outside the marriage. Well, I told y'all what to do with that. If there was a will, the judge didn't read it. That's that way because the mom died first, and everything went to the last living person, heir. The mother wants everything to go to her two boys only. Most people worry themselves sick. That's why I passed away. You didn't pass away. You're still writing on my page. And it ain't a worry. Taking care of your business is not worry. But evidently it's a worry to you, Valencia. You can't handle it. So you're doing what you're doing. You're opting out and becoming a renter. That's your business. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going to go back and forth with you on what's working for your mental. That's your mental. That's where you can only be. So, you can't really keep trying to, you like me reading your comment, but you're not making any sense. And you keep on, I'm going to tell you how I feel. Again, that's where you are. It is not the best decision to make when we're talking about folks trying to have something to leave to their children, because they're taking things away before you know it. Anybody else want land may not be able to own land and operate land. But then because your mama and your daddy did, you got something to leave to your children. But however you working your mental out that works for you. Let it work for you. But everybody's story is not the same. People handle their business, baby. And a landlord would kick you and your items out. It don't matter what your kids do. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me sum this up for you, Valencia. If I was you, you too worried about what your kids gonna do with what you got, to the point that leaving them something really is not gonna benefit them, because you're trying to control it from the grave. I don't care what Kelby do with what I leave them. I don't care what my kids do, because at the end of the day, I will be gone. And if they waste it, they waste it. I'm not gonna go broke. Now, if you can't afford a home, you can't afford a home. If y'all don't want to fix nothing, then you want to pay for somebody else to leave their kids those apartments. That's your business. But whatever our kids do, or whatever we leave our kids when we die, that is none of our business. The whole thing is that we left them with something. But if you one of them parents that worry about everything that you're going to give your kids, then I would tell you, keep doing you. I don't worry about that. I can't sit around here and tell y'all over and over I don't care what my kids do. I ain't finna be no renter because my kids may sell their inheritance. I'm not gonna not buy nothing because somebody didn't leave a will right. Because in a will, you can write a contingency that says, when one will is read, somebody dies, they get the land put in their name, the house put in their name, then the other will succumb that will. And you can just say anybody connected to her or him, outside children and anything, I leave them $1 to $10. They can't dispute that will. So, if that will is in good standing. But you see what happened to Bill Cosby. They put Bill Cosby in prison because they wanted Bill Cosby land. And they still want it. Bill Cosby is worth over $400 million. Bill Cosby has a piece of property that they want. And so they put an 80-year-old man in prison. And thank God that who couldn't see. And you got to be blind when you sit around there and you witness that Emmett Till's accuser who lied on him and got him killed. They did not take her to jail. They did not take her to court. They said, oh, she's dying from cancer. Let her live a good life the rest of her life. But we will go to jail no matter how old we are. There's no compassion for us. Modern day slavery with no DNA ran. They didn't shut down Hollywood. They ain't shut down Nickelodeon. There's a whole documentary on Nickelodeon with all these men that's done molested these children. There's a whole documentary on everything that was happening in Hollywood. But you go pick up one black man because you want his land, and you put a blind black man, 80 years old, in prison for 3 years to break his spirit and to cause him to sell his property. He did not bow. He did not break. He has buried 2 children. His only son, Enos, and he buried his daughter, one of his daughters. He has a wife, Camille left, that stood by his side, that did not answer anything that social media wanted her to answer. And he has 1 daughter. And he still got his home. And they may have took some of his money, but he still got enough money to live off of. Who turned against him? His own people. Same way who turned against R. Kelly? His own people. Who would sit around here and couldn't congratulate Camille? Her own people. What was wrong with congratulating a woman to get to that point? She's a woman. A woman is a woman all across the board. But a woman couldn't congratulate her. Because she was on a different side. She was on the blue side and not the red side. So, yeah. If you want to rent. That's on you. That's your kid. They'll be happy for the $5,000 in the book. Whatever. But people getting tired of GoFundMes. And they're getting tired of them lemonades. Because you can't tell nobody what to do when you're alive. Don't call people asking for their money when your kids die. Can't nobody tell you how bad your kids is when they're alive. You don't want to hear nothing. You say them your kids. Well, bury them yourself. I'm done talking with you. I already summed it up for you, Miss Valencia. Thank you for your comment, but that's your family. You do what you want to with your family. How many people I got left on here? I know I need to get off in here. If that's how you want, and that's how you see it, I ain't here. I'm not here. Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna waste my energy on nothing. We gotta do better. And if that's how you see it and that's the way you want it, then you do it the way you want it to be done. It do what it do. What it do is what it do. I ain't got a thing to do with it. Let it do what it do. But in the end, we are his people and the sheep of his path. And believe me, if you middle class, we gonna all be affected, no matter what color you are. Vote for who you want to. Do what you want to. But if we turn into Handmaid's Tale, we all gonna pay, because it's in high places. All right? I'm so glad we just had a little chit-chatter-whack, pat-a-whack back. And I'm sitting here, I'm probably going to the house for a little while, waiting on these kids to get their hair finished, to see how much longer they got. Let it do what it do, baby. Because at the end of the day, if somebody sit up there right now, Harriet Tubman had to hire all these people, did nobody want to help her on the road to being free. If you want to be in bondage, baby, stay in bondage. Let it do what it do. If you want to keep on living on somebody else's foundation, let it do what it do. If you want to keep on being ignorant to things and thinking that you are equal, let it do what it do. If you can sit around here and keep on defaming and devaluing a woman and where you come out of and who you came out, if a woman can have a baby and push out a child and take kids and raise them by themselves, a woman already running America. I don't know what you missed. We can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. We run the house, we clean the house, we wash the clothes, we go to the grocery store. Honey, we like an errand boy, we run to the store. We support, we the one go to the PTCO meetings. We the ones scream the loudest at the basketball game. We the one that'll get out here and sell all our jewelry, sell our rings and everything to get Peanut a pair of shoes. We the ones that will sit around, patch the roof, do whatever we got to do. Don't get our hair done, paint our nails on the porch so you can go get yours done and go to prom. We are the ones that will sit up here and take a sewing machine and learn how to sew so that we can make some clothes for our children. We would take anything that we can, even down to patchwork. We started patching up together because we had to make cover for the beds. We had to turn around and take the same cotton that we put out in the field and stick it onto the mattress, which we didn't have a mattress, but onto the bottom of the metal that was sticking in our back and make us a cotton to comfort our backs. We are the ones that took the scraps and made them meals. We are the ones that took trash and turned it into treasure. We were the ones that got on our knees and said, Father, in Jesus' name. We was the ones that was looking to the hills from which cometh our help, and our help came from the Lord who made what? Heaven and earth. We are the ones that say, oh Lord, I need you to help me. But we say, oh Lord, I need you to hope me. Hope me on my journey and hope me on my way. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, the thing about it is that we lost our union. We're not together, we stand, and divided we'll fall. We're not tighter than pantyhoses, 2 sizes small. We are those that were, and we were those that who were, that were, that was, and is to come. We are the nation of Israel that stood proud and that was scattered out into the 4 corners of the world. We are the ones that knew how to can. We were the ones that learned how to cornroll and braid. We are the ones that would sit around there and dye our hair with mud. We are the ones that would sit around here and take what you didn't want and turn it into a treasure. We are the ones that were moved from our own villages and our own communities, that we thrived to build out of the wood, and we ate off the good of the land, and whatever God had for us, it was us. And we get over here into this land full of fat, milk, and honey, and forget all our moral values, forget what we stand for, rat on each other, tell where we hid it out, tell that Jody was behind a hen house breaking eggs. You are the ones that rat and tell and turn on your brother and your sister and have the nerve to say, who are my brother's keeper? It wasn't Nino Brown that said that. Actually, it was Cain, honey. He had a spirit of jealousy, and he done killed his brother Abel. And God said, where's your brother? He said, am I my brother's keeper? He said, no, you're not, because the earth opened her mouth, received his blood, done told me what you did. We've been killing ever since. We've been killing with our mouths. We've been killing dreams. And we sit around here and you are not equal. This was not your land. You cultivated it. You turned it into what it was, but it was never going to be yours. You still didn't get your 40 acres and your mule, and we don't care because we quit fighting for it. The only people that get money on a regular basis is Indians, and they ain't getting all they deserve. America and the foundation in which it was built on has to reap what it has sown. I'm so sorry. Too many blood, sweat, and tears, unnecessary murders and killings of God's people, something that God made. Honey, touch yourself and say, I'm something that God made. How you gonna treat me like this and love a dog and I'm something God made? I stand up like you do. I walk like you do. I talk like you do. I bleed like you do. As a matter of fact, you could need my heart. You can need my kidneys. You can need my lungs. And your own sibling that's got the same mom and daddy don't match, and you match me. I'm something that God made. And I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made, and not to trample at the bottom of nobody's feet. So if you don't see yourself in the future, well, I see myself. I'm royalty. I'm from a royal priesthood because I've been adopted into the royal family. And if by chance you are the true Jews and you didn't accept him, I'm so glad that he opened the door for everybody else. I'm going to love everybody. I don't care what their view is. I'm not blocking nobody for their view. But I'm so sick and tired as soon as it's time to run these races, these political things, they come and all this hate spews. And people can't get along. And people fall out. And people quit watching. You didn't ever like me. And you didn't ever love me. And it's okay. Because God knows your true heart. He knows if you really love people or not. It's okay. But I'm going to keep on praying. And I'm going to keep on trusting. And tomorrow, I want to do a Zoom around 6:30 or 7 o'clock. If you want to be a part of the Zoom, and it's for prayer warriors, please send me your email so I can send you the link to your email. mamascomfortcooking@gmail.com. MAMAScomfortcooking@gmail.com. I want to thank y'all that gave me stars. I appreciate it. You didn't have to do it, but you did. And I've learned so much about you all because I'm learning how to live holy. And I've learned how to live right. I've learned how to suffer. And suffer in silence. And if I suffer, then I can gain eternal life. One thing Color Purple said was true. This life be over soon. But heaven lasts always. And I'm going to put on my robe. And I'm going to tell the story. How I made it. And one thing for sure. You may not like me off of something you heard. But you're going to have to stand before God off of something He knows. One more thing. You may not like me off of something you heard about me. But God gonna judge you off of something He know about you. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all later, honeybees. And I am coming back because I'm going to talk to y'all as I bake. I'm going to put on mine. I'm going to tell the story how I made it over as soon as I get home. I ain't finna go yet, though.